Okay, so we're going to work on calculating the length of an arc and the area of a sector. So make some notes, dates in Welsh, off you go. Click pause, and when you're ready, click play again. Starter for you, same again, click pause, when you're ready, click play again. So you should have a multiplier for a 34% increase of 1.34. It's one significant figure. Should have a line here, because 5 is the first non-zero term. So if we round it off, that's going to be approximately equal to 0.006. And the tax question then. So personal allowance is 11,500, 20% on the next 33,500, and then 40% of tax on anything over those two combined. So if you use a bar method, you could say 11,500 is tax-free, and we have 33,500. That's going to be taxed at 20%. It's 0%, 20%, and if you combine those together, you get 45,000. Take away from 50,500, and you're left with 5,500. So, and that's going to be at 40%. So we can say that's the calculation of 0. 20% of 33,500, 20 over 100 times 33,500. Easier if we use a multiplier with our calculator. So just use 0.2, that should give us £6,700. And if you use a 0.4 multiplier for 40% times 5,500, that should give us a total of 2,200. When we combine those, the amount of tax is going to be 6,700 plus the 2,200, and gives us £8,900. Okay. Moving on. I wonder how many of you remember what the area of a circle is and circumference of a circle. Formula for those. Come to that in a second. If we look at our circle here, we can divide it into two sectors by using the radius. The radius from O to A and O to B gives us two sectors. This is a minor sector. This is a major sector. We can do the same thing for the arcs. This is known as a minor arc here from A to B, and here we've got a major arc. So there's your minor sector, major sector, and your minor arc in red there, and then your major arc in black there. Now, area of a circle A is equal to pi r squared, and the circumference, as you recall, is 2 pi r. So we're looking at the minor sector. What we're trying to determine is to calculate first off the length of this arc. Now the length of the whole circumference is 2 pi r, but just this sector here is a fraction of the whole circle. And that fraction, the whole circle is 360 degrees. We only want to find theta. So we're going to use theta divided by 360 times 2 pi r. And that's the length of our arc AB. Theta divided by 360 times 2 pi r. Similarly, if we want to find the area of this sector, OAB, the whole area in here, we use just this portion of the circle, so it's theta over 360 times the formula for area, pi r squared. So the area of the sector, AOB, is given by theta divided by 360 times pi r squared. So we'll look at some examples. So calculate the lengths of the minor and major arcs AB for the circle shown. So the length of the minor arc, we've got a formula for the arc. It's going to be theta, which is 115 divided by 360 times 2 pi r. So 115 divided by 360 times 2 pi r. Work it out on your calculator. That's going to give you a length of 10 centimeters to 1 decimal place. On your calculator, make sure you check that, make sure you can get 10. And then we're going to do the same for the major sector. So here, we need to find out what the angle is on this side. We do that by taking 115 away from 360. And that gives us 245 divided by 360 times 2 pi r. Again, we work it out on our calculator, and that will give us 21.4, 1 decimal place in this case. We do prefer 2 decimal places when we can, just to be more accurate. Okay, so what I want you to do is take this example down in your notes. So click pause, and when you're ready, off we go. This time we've got to find the areas of the minor and major sector. So to find the area of the minor sector, again it's 115 divided by 360 times the formula for area, pi r squared. So 115 divided by 360 times pi r squared. The radius is 5, and put that in our calculator, and that gives us 25.1 centimeters squared to 1 decimal place. The major sector, so we're looking at this angle here, 360 minus 115 gives us 245. So major sector is given by 245 divided by 360 times pi r squared. Again, radius is 5. Plug it in your calculator, and you got 53.5 centimeters squared. Good. Again, click pause, make some notes, and then click play again when you're ready. Okay, question for you to try. Find the radius is 8.4. Find the length of the arc. Length of the arc there, and then the area of the sector. Click pause, and off you go. Have a go. Remember to write the formula: theta over 360 times the arc, 2 pi r for the area, pi r squared. So the length of the arc is 100 divided by 360 times 2 times pi times r, the radius. And when we work it out in our calculator, we get 14.7. And the area then of the sector is given by 100 over 360 times pi r squared. Pi times the radius squared, and you should have got 61.6 centimeters squared. Another example for you. Off you go. Radius is 3.1. Note the change in units. Click pause, and off you go. Right, you should have the arc length is 160 divided by 360 times 3.1. 160 over 360 times 2 times pi times 3.1 should give you 8.7, and the sector area 160 over 360 times pi times the radius squared 13.4. Good. 6 questions for you to try. Calculate the length of the minor and major arcs to one decimal place. Off you go. Remember, we're not just looking for the answer, we're trying to get this formula for you to understand it. So each time, write the formula each time. So in your notes then, quick sketch and off you go. When you're ready to check your answers, click play again. This time, find the areas of the minor and major sectors. When you're ready to check your answers, click play again. Off you go. Okay, you can now attempt the booklet with the questions attached. So you can download that and work in your books. Questions are, as you can see on the board there. Okay, good luck, off you go. More than 2 questions. There's a nice little array of questions for you. I think it's easier if you download the questions and then work on the sheets. Okay, if you can't do that, then you just got to work on it in your books then.